Pregnant woman attacked boyfriend for eating her Oreos. I mean, that's justifiable, right? Was she found not guilty?
That she was craving Oreo cookies and became upset when she discovered that Mr. Edwards had eaten her Oreo cookies.
Makes sense to me. Sounds like an advertisement for Oreos. So good you'll commit domestic assault.
He received allegedly 3 staples in the head as a result of munching on her cookies.
I think the harm was greater than the intent.
Wait, what the fuck?
That's Public Defender Dale.
How hard did she throw that?
He can relate to the situation.
Does she play softball or something? Where's that fucking power coming from?
Can I give you some advice? Hide your Oreo cookies next time.
This was sweet.
The charges against Jennifer Kangemi would later be dropped.
Yeah, I think that's just very unlucky. It sounds like she didn't mean to give the man 3 staples in his head. Just seems like some of those pregnancy hormones. Apparently being pregnant turns you into a fucking demon. Said I missed one? Oh, infamous Judge Scary Mary tells woman to get her life together.
What would ever possess you to take someone to a crack house?
Probably to get crack. What do you mean? Why else would you go? It's not like a field trip.
She'd just driven to a drug house.
Well, then why are you here?
Because I took a friend asked me to take her, and I did.
You don't have good friends.
Well, you can do crack and still be a good friend.
Do you realize that there's going to come a point in your life when your mom's not going to be around and you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet?
Yes.
What do you mean? Her mom's not doing anything. Her mom's just standing there.
How'd that happen? Take her out. You've got to put your foot down or else it's going to continue and it's only going to get worse. Somebody cares about you. That friend that you drove to the crack house? Turn around. You see her in here?
No, because there is no friend.
She doesn't care about you.
Well, she drove herself there, I think.
And today,
she was driving her mom there. That's a good mom. As she's sweating.
And now don't get mad at your mom.
That'll teach you to do crack. And just like that, she went right back to the crack house. Defendant punches a stranger to teach them a lesson. I mean, how else are you gonna do it? Sometimes someone just gives you the stink eye and you gotta give them a wallop.
A bit shifty. Then, completely unattended, he walks to the front row.
What? What the fuck is that? Well, did you? That'll teach you. Oh my god. For 1 second, I didn't realize he had a mask on. So at this angle, I thought for sure he had the world's largest nose like that guy from Guilty Gear Strive. Like Gabriel. I was like, oh my fucking god, they got Pinocchio on the Force. Now I see. They need to change the fucking camera quality. This shit is garbage. So frustrating.
And there were no additional charges brought.
Was this like an episode of Scared Straight?
He remained.
A woman slips handcuffs and attempts a daring escape, huh?
And the family fingered Cooper for providing the lethal dose. She was charged with first-degree reckless homicide, but she's now being taken into custody for violating the conditions.
It's simple legal talk. When you finger somebody, it doesn't mean it sexually. Stop. Let's be mature here.
Just a few feet away are members of the victim's family.
It's standard terminology in court. Fingering and fisting and all of that. Let's not pretend like we don't know what they mean. Wow. She did not get very far. She's already proven handcuffs are inefficient against her.
Cooper slowly slides her left hand out of the cuff just outside of the deputy's line of sight.
How loose were the cuffs?
Now it's time for Cooper to make her move.
Makes the Reese of manslayer insured.
She takes off down the stairs.
Is this how Chris Angel does it?
The deputy chases her. Cooper darts down the stairs, but trips over the last step. Just as another guard joins the chase and jumps on top of her.
It was a good attempt. I don't know why the slowest people are the ones to try and escape.
Member jumps in the mix too.
That was
pulling her
horrible.
legs. This woman just walks right by without missing a step.
What's she supposed to do? Go over and help?
For her failed attempt at freedom, Elizabeth Cooper received several additional charges.
Nice.
Eventually
Worth.
pled guilty.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
Very nice. I think you really need to analyze your own capabilities. If you're gonna try and escape, think back on like your 40-yard dash time. If it's over 15 seconds, it's probably just not even worth getting the extra charges. You're not gonna get very far.
If you go someplace,
Well, I bet I do.
well then you're in contempt, young lady, and you've got 30 days. So you're not going. You're not what?
Oh,
That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
So what?
90 days.
So?
120.
oh God.
180 days.
Oh! Get off me! Get your hands off me, man!
It looks like
Wow.
Burks may be fit.
Damn, she really racked that up.
100 days. You got anything else to say, Miss Burks? That's 300 days.
Can he do
When
that?
she racked up 300
He just
days,
did.
Burks only ended up serving 88.
That's still a lot.
Get it? It was the longest in domestic violence charges.
She farmed that, yeah.
But she was forced to enter a
She was
substance abuse
fucking farming days in jail there off the judge.
Not as sorry.
It was like a Mario block. Instead of hitting coins, she was hitting new days in jail.
Michael Ray. Joshua Martinez is representing
I don't know if we've seen this one because I can't see a fucking thing. Holy shit, this camera quality.
Driver's
It's like everyone's a photo of Bigfoot.
What is your police, sir?
Oh my god.
Sounds
How is this
cut and dry.
in use?
Well, not to Martinez, who apparently wants to
This is like the
dig
world's
into the
first
legal
video
details.
camera from the 1800s.
Is there a sworn statement against me or injured party?
I believe you probably received a citation on April 12th. That would be.
God, this shit looks like a deep fried meme.
Okay, and is there
I am in
move
charge
this
of
to
this
a federal
courtroom, and
court?
you're gonna stop
No,
it.
we are in charge of the courtroom.
Oh, he has assumed direct
The
control.
People's Court, but the judge is about to show who's actually in charge here.
Marshall, would you show Mr. Martinez the inside of our holding tank, please? You're not gonna tell me who's in charge of my courtroom, Mr. Martinez.
Hey, don't be so selfish, you narcissist. It's our
That
court.
is direct contempt of court.
We share it.
You are in contempt.
Oh,
Martinez
he
is
just
being
passed judgment.
removed
Now
from the
what?
courtroom.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, since you have informed me that I am in contempt of court and that you are.
I've decided to
in charge of
resign
this
as a judge.
courtroom, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you. Like to do that today, Mr. Martinez?
What would I be
It is a
apologizing?
yes or a no question.
What would I be apologizing
For
for?
your direct
Oh,
contempt
he's still going?
All I was asking was legal questions, ma'am.
The teacher called out the
I'm going to
douchebag.
ask you the question.
2 men get trapped in store during robbery attempt. How often does this happen? We went down a whole rabbit hole of shitty robbers falling through ceilings and getting trapped in their own fucking buildings they were trying to rob. How is this so common? This camera quality is so much better than the courthouses.
He finds the back door of a neighboring travel agency open and escapes through the front with a female worker.
Damn,
Outside,
Tommy had a whole
man
plan.
pulls down the security gate. The assailants are trapped and desperate to escape.
What a hard outplay. Oh shit, why not use your foot? Hurts a lot less. He's fucking ass ramming it, Jesus. It's not a club, we're not trying to grind on it, just use your foot.
They use a
Watch court cam. Is there new court cam that I've missed? Let's see. I'll just go through here, I think. This might be easier. Man tries playing mind tricks with the judge. Ah, so he encountered a Jedi. Is that Nicolas Cage?
Hall is here for driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license.
He looks like the kind of guy.
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today,
Well,
sir.
I'm not asking you yet.
What does that
Give me a
mean?
moment, all right?
I can
need
see how you're appearing. Like a meth addict.
Hall is current.
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Oh, he's cosplaying.
Okay.
My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
Oh,
So
oh.
are you and David Hall one and the same
Interesting.
person?
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person, I am a private individual.
Hall's legalese
Interesting.
is unconventional, to say the least. But the judge
He's got us backed into a corner.
May I, individual. And I don't think you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
Could you appear as a 19-year-old boy, perhaps, if I asked you to?
Correct.
Just starts transforming his face like a polyjuice potion.
And even the person's bond today, $10,000.
Damn.
Is the settler of the
Slap the whole family.
And the person continues to drive without a driver's license.
Quick, substitute in somebody else.
$10,000.
This time you're
But because
Martha
this charge
Cranberry.
is a violation of his original bond, all versions of David Hall must remain in jail unless he can come up with the cash.
Well,
Is there any other?
Are you asking me as the settler, the agent?
Hey, he's getting fucking blasted. Judge is bending him over and biting his fucking asshole off.
Okay, I am not the person, David Hall. Tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Come on. Down the middle.
You have to be a really,
Thanks for being a fan of court camp.
insufferably fucking dumb asshole to think sovereign citizen is a real thing. Just as a heads up. Thanks to the resub chills. It never works because it's not a real thing. If you say you're a sovereign citizen, you just get laughed at. Let's see what the most dramatic moments are. He's even got merch made. That was pretty cool.
Please be seated.
Accused of killing 2 teens in 1993 when he was just 16.
Holy shit.
At that time, it became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution.
The court has received.
So did he actually kill them or what?
Indicating that they've reached a verdict.
Villegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime and has maintained his innocence throughout. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013.
Holy shit.
Because of ineffective assistance of counsel. He has remained out on bond as he awaited a 3rd trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children.
What the
Though the
fuck?
prosecution continued to insist on his guilt.
Verdict form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of.
Hey! Oh, okay, so that had a happy ending, assuming he didn't actually murder anyone. If he did, then that's not good. We'll need to, have a hard think on that if that happens to be the case.
16 years old.
Good luck, teacher.
He fucking did it! It only took 18 years of his life.
Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated
Jesus
murder for
Christ.
the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing,
I thought these were gonna be goofy. These are fucking heavy. Jesus Lord.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
No, I hate that perspective. You don't forgive people like that. It's not empowering. It's not just demonstrating strength to forgive a murderer. It's ridiculous. Oh, fuck. That was a great jump. His airtime was nuts. He fucking took off.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time
Thank
later,
God.
County Judge Michael Madison is sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row. We start things off at the
I am so glad that guy didn't get
Family Court
charged.
in Kentucky.
I am so fucking
During his
glad.
domestic violence order
I
filed
hate
by
when
a
like you
husband
lash out at
against
someone
his
like
wife.
that and you get charged for it. It's fucked up.
I haven't done anything to this court.
Is she gonna lunge at him too? Fucking take off.
For contempt of court. You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. Go now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Make it 11 days.
In a legal process.
She handled that really well.
Jail time.
Damn, people really like lunge.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath. All right, raise your right hand. Want to swear in?
Ooh! Blasted, get pranked. Oh, we've seen this. I recognize this guy now.
You threatened my life the other day.
I remember this. We did see this one.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally.
I don't remember what he does.
My kids unrightfully. So that being said,
He's driving a hard case.
no, do you want to be here or not?
The judge is handling this very well.
Wants to sit here while you take their kids. This is a conflict of interest. Can I get some water, please?
Do you want to suck his dick for the water?
No, I need you to answer.
He's so
Head
patient.
to the Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts
What?
of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
Damn, that's huge. I didn't know conspiracy was that seriously taken.
There was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that,
Oof.
I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges.
Oh!
Sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
Damn! I mean, it is really avoidable. Don't set up an ambush. Like, it's super easy to avoid.
More severe than they expected.
Thanks to Prime Bomb.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time.
That's how they get you.
Judge Foxman
That's
allows her
that's
to enter
plea
a
deals in a
plea
nutshell.
deal. Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Ah. Okay, so only over half of her entire life so far.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are
To be fair, sounds like she deserved it though.
Defender, public defender,
Match with someone on Tinder, set up a robbery. That's fucked up.
I'm not waving.
That's not like a mistake you make. That is you being a psychopath.
I don't need your help.
Wow.
You know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
Damn.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
Oh,
They both
it is.
head to the hallway
What?
behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical
Holy shit.
until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom alone.
That is about the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I will catch my breath.
So you're fucking, who's this, Judge Murphy? You're telling me the public defender got to square off against the judge in a legally orchestrated pugilistic fisticuff showdown at whatever this is, a Judge Judy dispute here or whatever, and the judge actually beat his ass and the cops didn't intervene at any point? That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. Judge Murphy, I want to see this guy. Is he jacked? Florida, that sounds about right. Florida Judge Murphy. Come on. Oh, come on. Who is this mystery man? What the fuck? No, they removed him? Total lack of self-control. Come on. This is exactly how it should be. You got beef? Let's fucking settle it. That's great. I just want to see him, man. I'm not his fucking attorney. I just want to see what the guy looks like. Will he pop up in images? No way. This is what he looks like? This guy threw hands? He wasn't dealing with like a pushover. Like, this is a big boy. God damn. All right. Hey, hats off to him. Trial by combat. He's got that old man strength.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
Good answer.
Doesn't help me.
Now, if you can beat the judge in the fight, we'll reduce it even further.
Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence.
It wasn't a
against
threat. Sounds like he
public
followed
defender.
through.
Engaging in a physical
there
altercation
it
with
is.
counsel, the case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension and permanent removal of Judge Murphy from his post.
Thanks to Resub Humongous. If you can beat my goddamn lawyer in a fight, he wasn't a good lawyer in the first place.
Washington. In the
You beat my
courtroom,
lawyer,
Judge
you
R.W.
beat me.
Buzzard,
That's fine.
who's just finished some business.
Defendant throws backpack at judge, and throws is capitalized, caps locked. Must be a hard
Our
throw.
next stop is the Cleveland Municipal Courtroom of Judge Marilyn Cassidy in Cleveland, Ohio. He walks up alone, carrying a backpack.
Full of bricks. Just to launch at the judge. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah! So it was right. He isn't going to do any of that. He's just going right to jail. He didn't lie. How close was the throw, though?
By hurling his backpack at her.
Oh, not even close. Hit the
judge
desk.
quickly ducks, and meanwhile, Carson punches public defender
Ooh.
David Eidenmiller, who just happens to be standing there in the back of the head. He's then tackled by the
I
large
bet
man
David
in the
feels
white
real
shirt.
silly.
as court officers come streaming in to help.
I better get out of the way of this potential danger. Shit, I walked right into his fist.
And that big mystery man who came flying out of his seat and over the defense
Stone Cold
table to
Steve
take down
Austin.
Carson? Well, that's Cleveland Police Union President Steve Loomis.
Oh, I was close.
He's eventually subdued, cuffed, and led out of the courtroom. He's charged with contempt of court and sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Only 30, you
Thanks
know?
for being a fan of Court Cam.
You know, only 30 days for launching a backpack and punching an attorney? That's, you know, it could have been worse. That's almost a fair trade right there. Like, you know, he kind of came out on top of that transaction, really. Man escapes from courthouse in handcuffs. Man, this happens so often. Oh, good move.
Away from security and re-entered the courtroom.
He picks the locks on the handcuffs.
He strips off his prison-issue shirt.
Wait, what? He actually got the fucking handcuffs
and
off?
Uses it to hide his handcuffs. He makes it to the
Oh,
hallway, and
wow.
after a quick look around, and continues barefoot through the courthouse.
This guy just doesn't give a fuck.
He makes his way to the lobby until he exits straight through the front doors. But within 2 hours, police catch up with him
he didn't get very
hiding at a
far.
friend's house.
He went right to a friend's house, huh?
Immediately taken back into custody.
He looked pretty smart there for a minute with that shirt play. I'll go to the one place they'll never expect me to my mom's house. It's too obvious, they'll never check. Man tries to escape courtroom.
Next, we head to Jefferson
Thanks
County
to Tier
Circuit
1
Court
Nick.
in Louisville,
The
Kentucky.
prime suck.
We are on the record.
Once the testimony concludes, the camera, controlled by Judge Barry Willett, remains locked on the empty witness chair as the judge announces his decision.
And then a ghost comes in.
In its entirety.
That flash across the screen was Woodford making a run for it.
I was able to pick up on that. I was able to piece that puzzle together, actually. That the man running was probably the
Can
guy.
be heard pleading with her boyfriend to stop.
Yep. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, except for the ending of 3.
Deputies,
The ending
she
is
was
terrible.
caught up in the tussle to stop Woodford from escaping.
Thanks to resub T-. And I'm not sure, I'd have to think about it.
Well, that's a first in 19 years on the bench. She did tackle him on the way out. Are you okay?
He sounds like Winnie the Pooh.
Woodford's girlfriend requests
Oh, well, I
permission to
guess he
address the
did
judge
try and
about
escape.
what happened to her.
How about some honey?
Record in the Woodford.
Man gets tased in court while trying to clear his name? Ah, that sounds cool.
We now head to the Nesbitt Courthouse in Anchorage, Alaska.
That they had screwed me out of a plea deal, that the state had falsified evidence, and now
Oh,
they're lying
it's a
about
grand
everything
conspiracy.
to cover it all up, and that's just the beginning of it.
The game pilot and tour guide is seeking to clear his
Jesus,
name
he's
in
even got a map.
decades-old conviction.
That is another felony.
I don't think you're gonna get these felonies to work.
Because somebody has to.
No matter how hard you stomp. Oh shit. Oh god. The taser wasn't on the map! Is that the judge? That looks like Slender Man. Who are we zooming in on here? Is that a cryptid?
The judge opts not to intervene and leaves the courtroom.
I've had enough with you crazy Alaskan people. I'm going home.
Haig's attempt to clear his name continues.
I think he did a pretty good job of clearing his name, if I had to guess. Like, I don't, you know, I don't think they're gonna continue to look at him as a bad guy. I think he, overall, pretty good mission. Yeah, I mean, he took the map right out of Dora the Explorer's backpack, but it wasn't enough to convince the old judge there. He still got fucking blasted. Judge makes everyone go to jail for 30 days. Really? He was having a bad day.
Back of the courtroom is Ingrid Berg,
Hey,
the
Ingrid.
defendant's wife.
And sitting in the row directly in front of her is the victim's mother,
Uh-oh.
Peggy Gabbard.
Ingrid's about to go nuts.
Begin the
Oh, Jesus, Ingrid! She just got clobbered. Whoa, boy. Whoa, now.
defendant's wife.
Oh, did she get involved too? She's like 70 years old.
Red purse, I told you to come up here. Put him right there.
Ooh, the whole class is getting fucked.
For your mind, if you think you're going to try to stop anything in court, we got bailiffs in here to do it. And you're sitting in there in jail right now.
And where were those bailiffs, William? What do you mean?
This is insane.
What?
The incident ends with at least 4 people being charged with contempt.
They were so behind.
Mother, Peggy Gabbard. The defendant,
This guy had to completely separate them.
If you don't get 6 months in jail.
Damn, William just said, I want to feel
fan
big
of
today.
court camp."
I want to feel real big. I'm going to send this 90-year-old woman to jail for 30 days. See if she lives. That'll teach you to try and protect your daughter.
The teen addresses the court.
I would like to fight for myself.
Uh-oh.
It appears this young defendant
Uh-oh.
to play Perry Mason, but Judge
Pulling a
Williams
page out of
decided
Onision's playbook.
That's a good idea.
Very good, very
That's not a
good.
smart play. New York Yankees, and you've never even learned how to play baseball.
That's fine.
Yeah, but he goes on Reddit sometimes. Let him do it. Yeah, why can't we just let my son go to jail real quick? Fuck it. I don't even want to try.
My job requires that I protect your constitutional rights. You as an American citizen.
Oh god, he's going in. Holy shit, he's going raw.
Stupid to know
Whew.
that what I'm trying to do is protect you. Then
Oh
let
boy.
me spell it out for you.
Teen sues parents. Good.
It's a broken family dynamic.
And a good camera at this courthouse. Very interesting.
And I'm asking the court to help her in this very difficult situation because they have.
The dad just wrote down, no chance.
And I believe that they are being negligent.
Nope.
And irresponsible.
Will not help.
These statements that they.
Uh-oh.
One of the
So it's a
driving
boy
forces
thing, huh?
is that mom and dad don't approve of Rachel's boyfriend.
Why does he drive a
Read the
sports
transcript
bike?
from a phone call made by Rachel's
Smoke
mother,
cigarettes?
Elizabeth.
Isn't this case thrown out? She's 18.
You're a real winner, aren't you? I really just want to all over your face right now. Anyway,
Oh, I see.
have a nice life.
Jesus, okay,
He
well
has
then.
some strong words for the plaintiff.
That's a weird thing to say to your parents. I want to shit all over your face. It's like an Xbox Live insult.
Where the mother is calling the daughter the same kind of name. So I would go.
The mother threatens to shit all over her daughter's face.
They're the ones who raised this child. This is the language that they're using in their household.
Interesting. So who's shitting on whose face then? The web runs deep.
Are we going to
A family that shits together stays together. I'm sure many of you remember last year, a man drove through the Waukesha Christmas parade, killing 6 people and injuring 60 others. And over the last couple weeks, he's been on trial for it, and he chose to represent himself in court. Now, I'll go ahead and spoil it. He's no Saul Goodman. No matter what you're picturing, the reality is significantly stupider. You are not prepared for the absolute unhinged lunacy of this man defending himself in court. Now, as of today, he has been found guilty on 6 charges of intentional homicide, which he now faces a mandatory life in prison. So that's a good happy ending, but I'd like to show you some clips from the trial. This is an extremely serious situation, but him defending himself turned it into an absolute circus, and he was just the clown. The man went to court as the jester as opposed to trying to defend himself. It is so unbelievably dumb. I don't even know how to fully describe it. I know he's representing himself. I also heard that he built a fort. Like he got removed from the court and built a fort out of boxes to hide in or some shit. Is he trying for insanity? I don't know. And I also don't know if that's even a good strategy. I don't remember who made the video. It might have been Jim Can't Swim. I'm not sure. But apparently going for the insanity plea is bad. You set yourself up for a really, really, really rough time. He's not going for insanity. He's going for a mistrial. I read that theory as well. Like him arguing with the judge was hoping that she'd snap at him and then he'd be able to make a case for a mistrial. But she didn't play his ball game. I just don't think he's that smart. Like, I don't think he has the capacity to even come up with that plan.
I would note he put 2 boxes right in front of where he's seated, so I can't
It's his fort.
see his face. I see his jacket is off, so I can see the outline of his arms.
Okay, for people that don't know, I'll bring everyone up to speed. This guy is an absolute goofball, but what he's done is anything but goofy. This is the guy that ran his car through the Christmas parade and killed, I think it was 6 people. He's representing himself at the trial right now. Oh, yeah, it even says right here, killing 6. Well, now you've ruined his whole defense.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to ask you for a 3rd time. I've asked you twice now, and I'll ask you a 3rd time. Do you have any requests as it relates to the
But they're my...
instructions?
That was his fucking box fort.
Edits,
Have some respect.
Hey, man, you don't gotta talk to me like that. It ain't like they gonna be honored, though.
As it relates to the jury instructions, sir, what are your...
I heard what the hell you said, man.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Brooks, that was very disrespectful.
For what anyone that doesn't keep up, and admittedly I haven't watched this whole thing top to bottom, I've only seen the clips. His tactic is yell at the judge as much as possible, hoping that she'll snap it back at him, but she just treats him like an actual baby. Just, hey, that wasn't nice. Can you use your inside voice? Okay, I don't really want to go down this road. Can you stop? Why are you so mad? Please? This is silly. Just all she gives him. Because if she does, like, snap back to try and, like, discipline, based on what I've read, they could try for, like, a mistrial stating, like, the judge was biased or the judge clearly had it out for the client or some shit like that. So she's just keeping her cool, keeping everything super mellow, super stoic. So good for her.
I'm going to mute him again because he's not answering the questions that I'm very clearly asking him, and I've given him 5 opportunities.
Give him his boxes back and he'll be more talkative.
Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? I'll unmute you for that answer.
I can't hear everything you're saying.
Might break
Yeah,
them.
I'm still agitated. I ain't gonna stop being agitated. That ain't gonna stop. You sit up here and do everything you're doing, and think God don't see what you're doing.
You can't call God as a witness. That's not fair. That's like summoning Exodia.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
Yeah, I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying.
You just told me you didn't. So what are your requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir?
A little bit of ice cream in my boxes back.
Why am I charged with 2 bail jumpings when I was already charged in Milwaukee for the same bail jumping? That's double jeopardy.
That's not double jeopardy. Your objection is noted. It's overruled.
I'm not familiar with the law. Is double jeopardy something that you could, like, an actual legal thing, or is this man really confused on where he is right now? Because that was a quick overruling. It can be, but not here. Okay. So it can't be tried twice. They call it double jeopardy. Gotcha.
What's your next request, sir? I'm noting your objection.
I'm trying to talk. Can I get it out? You always want me to not interrupt you, but you always find a way to talk over me.
I understand your position. I'm saying it's overruled.
You always want respect. You always want respect.
Well, you're not hearing the epilogue here. He's about to overrule your overruling if you give him a moment.
I want to know why I'm even charged twice with the same thing.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What the fuck? Oh, he got his boxes back. He can build his fort again.
Turning to the basis for
give him a couple extra boxes.
Counts, it will be up to the jury to review the evidence and make a determination as to the verdict forms, though that were
what's in the boxes? He's representing himself, so it's probably just a bunch of like legal books and shit.
Obviously, some of them did not have them on, just frankly from prior. So as it relates to this, the state is asking that I simply
He's vanished, Your Honor.
Instruct the jury.
The box ghost has claimed him.
And not include that
This is so eerily similar to that case I've told you guys about multiple times, and I keep forgetting who it was, but it was a man who had killed his girlfriend, and I believe it was the boy, his son, testified against him, giving the details, and he's like, no, you guys are all wrong. I did kill her, but not where you said I killed her. So if you're gonna tell the story, you're gonna tell it right in front of the whole court. That shit was wild. I can't remember who that was. Was that Ronnie O'Neill? That name looks very familiar. Yep, that was another person who represented himself. Somehow, the people that represent themselves are the dumbest people of all time. That's weird, right? That's weird how that works. I even just voice cracked that, how strange that was. You would think if you're representing yourself, you're like a super intellectual being. But I mean, I don't know. Not a great track record. So weird.
It's unfortunate that he's deciding not to participate in this. I agree with the state. I don't need to highlight that second paragraph.
What is the protocol for this? I'm very curious. Everyone I've seen represent themselves, at the very least, tries to play ball. Like the guy who openly admits to murdering his girlfriend and correcting the people on where he murdered her. But this guy just straight up doesn't do anything. He just builds box forts. So at this point, it's just like a field day. You just like you could just give them like everything all at once since he's not defending himself. The judges usually like to be lenient in these cases to prevent grounds for appeals. Well, that's what I was saying, right? Because they're doing everything they can to avoid a mistrial motion, right? Because, I mean, this is a very serious case. This guy is an absolute fucking monster. This guy is evil. This is the guy that ran through that Christmas parade, killed 6 people, injured 60. This is a man by no means should be let off easy under any circumstances, so they're doing everything they can to tiptoe around here to make sure there is absolutely no wiggle room for mistrial accusations. So I get that.
All right, sir. Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, I do, and I object to being called that name for the record.
What?
Do you recall giving a
what
statement to an officer?
Someone fill me in on the lore. What does he want to be called? He's claiming his name isn't Daryl Brooks. Oh my god, how did I miss all of this shit? I've only seen some of the clips. I had no clue. What? He thinks it's a loophole. We've seen this before on Court Cam. There was a guy, I don't remember what he's there for. It might have been a DUI, but I'm just spitballing what it was. But his whole thing was, that wasn't me. That person that you're accusing of doing that is not me. That's not me. And then they asked what his name was, and he's like, it's not that. That was his whole defense. Is he trying that in this situation?
I was positive it was you. Who is you? You. I'm looking at you.
I'll make note of that.
And how did you come to that conclusion? The
sure?
you conclusion.
I'm looking at you.
How did you come to that conclusion? Did you?
What conclusion? Can you restate the question?
You're saying that you gave a description.
All right, fine. Chat keeps pointing it out. I will also bring attention to it. This man's hairline is fucked up. It looks like the bat signal. Fine. We can get it out of the way now. All right? And now let's move on. We get it. He's got a fucking awful hairline.
On the non-emergency phone line, correct?
I'm looking at you. You are the guy.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
You and I were standing in the same yard looking at each other.
So, is it possible you saw something on the news?
No, I had no idea who you were.
What?
Interesting.
I'll make note.
This morning.
The trial for Daryl Brooks, the man accused of driving through the Waukesha Christmas parade last year, killing 6 people, begins, and Brooks is representing himself as a sovereign citizen.
Wow. Okay, so he's going for the sovereign citizen card. I think this is just a theory. I think this whole sovereign citizen thing was started by 4chan as a joke. Kind of like that whole thing with like JFK Jr.'s been revived and he's announcing his presidency, just go wait here for a month. I honestly think sovereign citizenry was started by 4chan just to troll people in the real world. Because all it does is get people arrested because it's not a real thing. And they make absolute fucking fools of themselves. Every single time. Like 100% of sovereign citizen cases gets people in jail. Yeah, the sovereign citizen cop clips are unreal. I wasn't driving under the influence. I'm a traveler. The vehicle is moving, and I happen to be in it. I'm not driving, I'm traveling is a big one. Or, I'm not Charles White. Charles White is my vessel. Or, yep, we're not in America is another big one. I don't know how long sovereign citizen's been around. I really don't. I only know it from all of the clips over the last decade. Yeah, they took his rap video down, didn't they? I don't think that's up anymore. Oh, never mind. They put it back. They played it during the trial. That should be another criminal charge. It's trash. It's fucking trash.
We're going to play it in its entirety, but without volume, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that probably isn't even standard procedure. The music was just so bad, they're like, we're going to do everyone a favor and mute it.
And
I object to that, and I would like to make an offer of proof for my appeal.
We'll do that outside.
I object. I want to hear my music.
I will allow the state to play it in its entirety.
My shit's fire.
Your Honor, I have all the exhibits they were provided.
Mr. Brooks, I'll take that up outside the presence of the jury. Your objections are
mind-boggling.
noted.
This is
It's
mind-boggling.
overruled.
Mind-boggling.
I love the way he acts as if he's some kind of seasoned lawyer. My God. In all my 30 years of practicing law, I've never seen something like this. This is... What a circus of a trial. Back to Double Jeopardy.
actually, Your Honor, I changed my mind. I would like to play the audio, please.
This is mind-boggling.
I want to have it.
You don't want to play the audio.
And then I'll make a ruling and I'll take that up.
The video wasn't even in the exhibits that I received. They actually didn't even receive them. They were obtained.
Just imagine the worst music you've ever heard going on right now.
Not testifying. The video's playing.
For anyone that's wondering why this is relevant, it's not just to insult him for how awful he is at music. It's because, and this is actually one of the key things that the internet, like, pieced together. Not, obviously the investigators did too, but I saw this floating all around Twitter, like, the day this happened. It's the car. So his vehicle is in this music video. And they were easily able to put that vehicle, at that scene. It's not just to, like, insult him. It's the same car. Though the music is really bad, and this should be an extra charge for how terribly shit the music is. Your Honor, can we have him maybe sing it for us instead, a cappella? Meet you in the middle? We don't have to listen to the absolutely awful beat, but we can listen to the bars. Daryl Brooks flips out when revealed he's a sex offender. Is it the first time he's hearing that too? Your Honor, this is outrageous. I've never heard such a thing. Oh, he goes shirtless and throws the tantrum over being ejected from court. I thought he was in the middle of changing into his suit.
And to look at the veracity of what your claims are here.
Thanks for your sub, JDR.
So, I may take an early lunch. If that's in your
He's
cell,
consulting with the big
you
man
can go
upstairs
get it
for
and
his
bring
legal
it, but
defense. Give him a
without that
moment.
Letter, I'm not allowing this line of question. Move to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt, Attorney Opper.
So can
Your Honor, I believe he has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997, and OWI 3rd from 1997, and OWI 4th from 2003, criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break.
He's
This man right
smoldering.
now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break. Okay.
An interesting tactic. Again, not something I would have seen Saul use, but that doesn't mean it's not effective. Bro emoted it. Yeah, he misinput and accidentally emoted in court. What do you think? What does he think is going to result from his actions? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. He doesn't defend himself. He doesn't even try. I don't know. Yeah, he basically just shows up to court to go AFK and then rage. There is an update to the Corey Harris case here. The Zoom court hearing where he was driving with a suspended license. The judge was stunned, he even made this face right here, which is a really, really good face that he's making. It kind of reminds me of 007 characters, like the bad guys, when you like zoom in on their face after they get shot. So the story started with him going to the Zoom court hearing while driving. The judge is like, I might be misunderstanding something here. Someone help me out. Am I off my gourd right now? He's driving, and he has a suspended license. There's a suspended license case, and he is driving on the Zoom call, and he just goes, "Yep, that's correct, Your Honor." So then he ended up turning himself in. He was released 2 days later, like after spending 2 days in jail. Turns out his license suspension was rescinded 2 years ago. So he should have been able to drive, no problem. It shouldn't have been an issue at all. So that was the update to it. And then today, I saw this when we finished cryptid hunting. I saw that there was another update to this where apparently he never had a license, which I haven't really looked into yet. I'm going to learn together with everybody. But it makes me wonder, how the fuck can the system be this disheveled, broken, and dog shit that not only did he not have a license, but somehow they suspended an imaginary license, rescinded the suspension on an imaginary license, then went back, double-checked the suspended rescission, or rescinding, and gave that the green light, gave that the stamp of approval, when it never existed in the fucking first place. It's like a huffalump. Like, that makes no sense. Like, how is there not a paper trail for a license? So let's learn together how this has all unfolded. On May 15th, Michigan man named Corey Harris showed up to virtual court hearing behind the wheel of his car. All right, this is just going to be the setting the stage, the foundation. Okay, here. Things got even stranger at a Wednesday hearing, which began with Judge J. Cedric Simpson revealing that Harris has in fact never had a driver's license and ended with the defendant being taken into custody. Simpson opened the hearing by saying he wanted to make sure the record was clear. Based upon what the court has looked at, he has never had a Michigan license ever. And he has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license. The judge went on to untangle the confusion, explaining that it had not been Harris's license that had been suspended last October in Pittsfield Township, but rather his privilege to drive in the state. Hence, for example, if he had a Kentucky license, he would be able to drive everywhere that Kentucky would allow him to drive. He just couldn't drive in Michigan because his privileges had been restricted. In fact, Harris apparently knew this. Prosecutor Conrad Siller said during the Wednesday hearing that police body camera footage showed Harris acknowledging at least twice to the officer who pulled him over that he didn't have a valid license. Jesus Christ. This is a lot to process. As to how the court figured it out, Simpson explained that his office had gone back through Harris's records, finding that he had applied for his first Michigan photo ID on May 3rd, 1999 at the age of 19. Counsel knows, and so do I, you cannot have both. Either you have an ID or you have a license. And he has religiously every year gotten a new ID. And so he knows that he doesn't have a license. And quite frankly, I just wish he would have said that at the beginning and all this hoopla could have just been put all aside. Brother, Your Honor, Simpson just dropped a hoopla. A cold hoopla in court right there. What a fucking statement. This guy said, I've had enough of this. It's time to end it. I didn't invent hoopla. He didn't steal my word. I haven't trademarked that. It's not copyrighted. I got it from SpongeBob. Hoopla, hoopla, hoopla. That shit. How did his lawyers not know that? Because it seems like Judge Simpson was really tired of the circus that followed this Zoom court meeting or hearing. And is like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it myself. We'll do it live. I can't trust anyone. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So he went into the trenches, combed through all the paperwork manually, and got to the bottom of it. Like I said, anytime you deal with anything even tangentially related to the government, I have learned it is a fucking disaster. I don't know how the country functions in any semblance of the word with the people that are in these government positions. They do not. They refuse to do their jobs. Straight up refuse to. It's laughable. That's why I don't believe in government conspiracies. They're too incompetent. Hey, checkmate. That's a good point, actually. That is a really good point. They can't even figure out whether or not someone has a license, and they act based off of just imaginary dreams that they had about this this license. Yet somehow they're going to have these grand conspiracies about fucking 5G towers rewriting your DNA and injecting COVID into your cockhole or whatever. After Harris' disastrous pretrial hearing on May 15th, Simpson revoked his bond and ordered him to turn himself in to the county jail that evening, where he spent 2 nights. 2 weeks later, shortly after Harris went viral, ABC affiliate WXYZ... Man, I've actually never read that out loud. I usually just brush over that because I don't feel like saying it all. Man, that's super stupid. ABC affiliate WXYZ. It's trash. I hate that branding. Reported that his suspension, which was tied to a child support case, had actually been lifted by a judge in 2022. It has literally been pure hell. I've been assaulted, I've been followed, I've been laughed at, I've been ridiculed, I have been disrespected, Harris told of the situation. He's been assaulted? Jesus Christ. Like in jail, maybe? Have random people on the street just been accosting this man? That's terrible. The report shed light on the seeming thicket of bureaucratic incompetence that had led to the wrongful citation. In order to see his driving record wiped clean, Harris was supposed to have paid a $125 fee to the Saginaw County Court Clerk's office, which would have allowed the court to send a notice of clearance to the Michigan Secretary of State's office, which oversees regulation of the state's motor vehicles. Harris pointed the finger at Saginaw County Friend of the Court, an office that assists court administrators. They're supposed to have lifted it 2 years ago, but they didn't always double check. Yeah, that's what he said, where like they just don't do what they're supposed to. So this is once again just kind of like a recap of like the previous update. Simpson defended his sister court on Wednesday, saying that the Saginaw County Friend of the Court had done nothing wrong. His driving privileges were unsuspended in 2022. That required Mr. Harris to do something. He didn't do it. Therefore, the Friend of the Court was under no obligation to send anything to the Secretary of State. Wait, but he never had a license. Like, this shouldn't have even... They had nothing to unsuspend. He never had a driver's license. Like, I need to look up driving privileges. Is there paperwork for driving privileges? Like, is that a totally separate filing? Because I feel like he's just making that shit up right now. Like, that's something my parents would have made up in order to get me to eat my vegetables or do chores or something. I've never heard of that. Yeah, let's see. I'll do it on my phone real quick. It'll be faster. What is driving privileges? I'll do, like, court. Well, I dreadfully misspelled that. I typed in privileges. So that didn't work. Hold on. All right. A limited driving privilege is a judgment issued in the discretion of a court for good cause shown authorizing a person with a revoked driver's license to drive for essential purposes related to any of the following: employment or maintenance of a person's household. Okay. Interesting. It was not immediately clear if anyone had notified Harris of the outstanding fee back in 2022. He paid it on Monday, a spokesperson for the Secretary of State previously confirmed, and Simpson said Wednesday that the friend of the court had immediately sent over the notice of clearance taking the suspension privileges off his driving record. The judge emphasized that no clerical error had been made either by his office, the Pittsfield Police, or Saginaw County authorities. It was a failure on the part of Mr. Harris to do certain things. It really wasn't, though. What? You guys also bear a lot of blame here. Like, this has been such a fucking convoluted series of, like, twists and turns and tubes to go through. It's not all on him. Driving privileges, driver's license, fucking... It's all over the place. I'm going to do the Summer Game Fest stream Friday. Yes, I am. I will be. It's crazy just how inefficient all of the systems are. It's so crazy. How could there not just be like one simple protocol? Do you have your license? No. Do you have driving privileges? Yes. Okay. Here's records of both. And then you work from that. It should not be this convoluted. It can't be. Why is there 4 different bodies here that this goes through? The fucking Saginaw BFF of the court, the Secretary of State, the Pittsfield Police, and what was the other one? I forgot the other one. There's just so fucking many. It's just needlessly confusing. Charlie, most of the military still runs on XP. Let that sink in. Not only the military, most hospitals still run off of Windows XP. And they probably always will. Harris's attorney, public defender Dionne Webster Cox, who appeared alongside him in the WXYZ interview, said that she was committed to resolving the case and that Harris was in the process of procuring his license. She said he had his permit test scheduled for Thursday. Once he gets his permit, he's got to drive for at least 30 days. Apparently, he knows how to do that part. After cracking a smile. Other parts of the hearing were less jovial, particularly when Webster Cox stressed that it wasn't Harris's fault that he was now a meme. My client didn't start the hoop. Oh my God, they're dropping hoopla back and forth in here. It's a real Thunderdome. We got ourselves a clash of the Titans. Now the public defender's dropping hoopla. You can't just invoke the power of that word. It's like Voldemort's name. It's an ancient incantation. Perhaps he's made some comments, but he didn't start the hoopla whatsoever. That was someone that was outside of his control. Simpson seemed to take exception to this. You say it wasn't started by him. Oh, it certainly was. It was certainly when he made his first statement to WXYZ. The judge added that the person Harris needed to blame for the kerfuffle. This is so unserious. This one wasn't a quote, though, so this one's just from whoever wrote the article, dropping in a mean kerfuffle. It is actually a children's book here. These are Rick and Morty words. Was the person that was staring at him, the person that he was staring at in the mirror. He later added, just own it. Once you own it, then it becomes a whole lot easier just to move forward. What do you know about being a meme, Judge Simpson? Your Honor? What experience do you have there? The judge then brought up the fact that Harris had a warrant out for his arrest stemming from a separate traffic stop in Allen Park in June 2015 when he'd again been cited for driving without a license. Simpson acknowledged that he didn't know whether this had been mentioned to Harris after the pretrial hearing last month. I really don't care whether he was or not. All I know is that was back in mid-May. and it hasn't been taken care of. Simpson then had court officer escort Harris out of the room. Online records show that Harris has since posted bond in the case. Next court date for the traffic stop is August 13th, while the next hearing in this viral case is slated for August 7th. Mark your calendars, we got another summer blockbuster coming up for this case. I'm sure there's going to be another twist to it where it turns out that Harris is actually like a deep covert operative here. Something. Gonna get the CTU involved with Jack Bauer somehow. Yeah, I don't know what else can come from this in terms of like shocking twists. I think it's all like that's got to be the last bomb that drops, right? Surely there's no more. So I imagine come August it'll just be standard court proceedings, probably nothing crazy. But who knows, this is becoming quite the high-profile case. Pandemics are a real bummer. There's nothing good that comes from a pandemic. It's all bad stuff from top to bottom. But we'd be lying to ourselves if we didn't acknowledge that Zoom might be one of the best things to ever happen to court. I have a guilty pleasure of tuning into disastrous Zoom court hearings. And they happen all the time. Every single day there's a new atrocious Zoom court moment. And yesterday we were blessed with an absolute banger, a scrumptious little masterpiece. A gentleman was scheduled to appear in court over Zoom about a suspended driver's license. And he does his due diligence as any good citizen would. He joins the Zoom meeting. However, he joined while driving with a suspended license, which the whole hearing was about, leaving the entire court stunned. Absolutely, it was as if for a moment every member of that courthouse stared into the eyes of a basilisk and was turned to stone, just instantly petrified in sheer bewilderment that he had called in while driving in a case about a suspended license that he has, driving without a valid license. And what's even more interesting is this isn't the only time it's happened. This one just happened to be the newest and more entertaining one that I've seen. I was wondering why so many people all of a sudden just asked me about like the guy with a suspended license joining a Zoom call while driving. Apparently this just happened again. I remember something like this happened years ago. This must be kind of common.
Court calls case People versus Corey Harris.
On behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present in Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
It's an auto-driving vehicle, Your Honor. I'm here babysitting it.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Milkshake. Yes, I am.
All right.
Brother, we can still see the environment. You were parked for like a second there, and he's still like, yeah, almost parked, parking, almost parked, as he's trying to like think of reasons for like how he's going to get out of this. Almost parked, almost there. There's a membership spark.
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Oh my god, that was the most aggressive frown I've ever seen. He is mean mugging so hard. Cedric Simpson is fucking... He's got like a cartoonish frown. That's like an emoji frown. Thanks, Zuri Sub Queen.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving.
Ooh. Your Honor, we don't have... allegedly driving. We don't have all of the evidence. We can only see from his chest up. Anything, this could be green screen. It could be deepfaked.
And he didn't have a license.
Oh. Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Well, he's listening. Say it to him.
Oh.
He raised his hand. Can you ask him a question, Your Honor? Is this real? Is this fucking real? Wait, Tampa Bay. That's my neck of the woods. Hey, hold on, I gotta learn a little bit more about this. Perhaps he's been framed. Everyone here is stun locked. It's just complete fucking silence that has fallen on the courtroom. This guy's doing his best to keep it together. Her as well.
Hello?
Hey. How's it going, Corey?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
What do you mean 1 minute? Let him defend himself. There's a lot of slander being thrown around in there.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant has turned himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Can you get his side of the story, please, Your Honor?
Result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Court calls the case, People versus Maya Isom.
I feel like we may have brushed over this case a little too quickly, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Ms. Isom.
There was more to this story. It was like a transformer, more than meets the eye. Time to drive back home. Yeah, true. So what was the verdict? We don't know yet. It's still in deliberation. Your Honor, he's not driving. The car is just rolling in neutral with him in it. He's been kidnapped, which is why he was so silent. He was speaking in code. Clearly, he was just trying to prove that his license should be reinstated. Honestly, he could have made that point. Like, as you can see, Your Honor, I'm doing just fine here. I would appreciate if you'd reinstate my license now. Do you remember the court Zoom call when someone joined in with a cat filter? There's been a lot of... I am super happy that so many of these court things have gone to Zoom because it always ends up just going online. And some of them are just amazing. Like the guy that joined, I think it was I don't remember what it was, like what he was joining for. But it was something that he needed to appear in court for, so he did it over Zoom. And he joined with the name Buttfucker9000. And the judge was like, "What is your name, sir? That is not your name." And he's like, "Oh, God, I don't know how that got there. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, God."
Then we'll bring this fool in.
Oh, Buttfucker3000, sorry. 9000 was like mini versions in the future.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker3000, you yo-ho. Logging into my court with that as your screen name.
Why
We'll
would that?
discuss that in a little bit.
Big miscalculation from Jason
What kind of
Statham.
idiot logs into court like that?
100% that guy was just logging into the Zoom thing and thought he just needed like a temporary name. Because there are some things where you just type in like a name and it never shows up. It just uses your real name or whatever. It's just like, all right, whatever, Buttfucker3000. And it just runs with it. It's so good. Also, Joseph, please change the angle. When I first watched this video, I thought for sure he had his cock out. I was like really thinking I was looking at this man stroking his meat. That is a terrible angle, Joseph. Get control of your court, Jeffrey. He probably had that name before joining. Oh, that's true. Doesn't Zoom log your names? Yeah, maybe he did have that name with like his friends or something. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Look at the one for the cat filter. All right, we'll do the cat filter next.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're
a
trying
look.
to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but.
Why? It's fine. This is helping your case.
I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Thank you for clarifying.
I can see that.
Jeffrey Toobin getting caught jerking off. Yeah, I made a whole video on that one. That one was great. Lubin the Toobin lost his whole job over that too. And then they had him. That one's so good because they brought Jeffrey Toobin back on down the line. They're like, "So what did you get fired for?" And he's like, "Well, you know what I got fired for. I was masturbating in a Zoom meeting. I thought I was alone." They had him like recount it as if it was a war story and apologize live on air. That one was great. I have just got to give an update to the wackiest trial that's ever been broadcast. It finally concluded. And goodness gracious, geez Louise, I tell ya, what an adventure. Since the invention of video technology, we've been building up to a moment like this. This is why video exists. To capture this public trial, Gwyneth Paltrow versus Terry Sanderson. It's a legal battle where Terry Sanderson insists that Gwyneth Paltrow hit him on a skiing slope 7 years ago and it left him, debilitatingly injured, like a brain injury, turned him into a shut-in, this and that, and he was looking for $3 million in damages, which got thrown out pretty quickly. They wiped their ass with that whole case, saying that, this wasn't a hit and run, but then he came back for round 2 looking for the sloppy seconds and came after her again, this time for $300,000 in damages, and this time it made it all the way to court, and thank God for that because we got to watch it live. In response, Gwyneth Paltrow was countersuing for $1. A single dollar. Like Mr. Krabs with me millionth dollar. She was coming after him for a single buck. One clam. Though I do think he'd also be responsible for covering her attorney fees. So realistically, it's more than $1, but the damages she was pursuing was one single dollar. The verdict is in. I don't want to spoil anything from this anime, but I would like to show you a couple Terry Sanderson best of moments real quick, just to give you like a brief appetizer to wet your whistle on just how crazy this trial was.
Do you recall saying that you agreed that saying I'm famous was a crazy thing to say? Agree?
Absolutely, it's not me. I don't buy into that.
But it was you, right? Just to be clear. When you say it wasn't me, it was in fact you.
It's the other personality that's inhabiting my body right now.
And you blame Gwyneth Paltrow for that?
Yes. No question.
This case now turned into a demonic possession type deal going on right now. Terry's got spirits inside of his body that sometimes take control of it, I guess. Because it wasn't him that sent that email about, I'm famous. It was a different personality living with inside Terry right there, working him like a fucking puppet, I guess. Terry does deliver some very important entertainment to the trial. However, the real stars of the show are undoubtedly the lawyers for Paltrow and for Terry. I'm convinced that this had to be some kind of social experiment conducted by the Impractical Jokers, and they were using actors for these lawyer roles because, Jesus Christ, I really felt like they were just feeding them these questions. The lawyer for Terry, she was pretty much a huge Gwyneth Paltrow fan and was just asking softball questions and conversation starters, literal small talk that you'd see from like Ask Reddit advice on how to talk to like your celebrity crush. And then the lawyer for Gwyneth Paltrow, that man you saw at the end of the clip, that guy I'm pretty sure didn't even know where he was half the time. It was a complete circus. But I want to focus mainly just on Terry, and you'll see why in a little bit.
This is obviously an issue that someone needs to be accountable for. And if they're never accountable, what are they going to do? They're going to do it again. Now we have the molesting of young children on an island.
Your Honor,
denial.
This is ridiculous testimony. He's talking about...
Sustained as to relevance.
the last part, the jury should disregard.
This is really Terry's most iconic moment here, referencing Epstein's Island and putting himself as like the hero that could stop all of this if he only wins the lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow, basically. He hypes himself up like the fucking Batman who's standing up to her to put a kibosh on her hitting people on the slopes, as well as, like, you know, not letting it spiral out of control where kids start getting molested on an island. Now, like I said, I would wager a guess Gwyneth Paltrow has probably flown on Epstein's airline. Half of Hollywood has. Bunch of fucking evil weirdos out there. But it also has no relevance to the case at all in a fucking skiing accident and figuring out who was at fault. Now, I mentioned at the beginning Terry was claiming he suffered huge injuries from this thing. Traumatic injuries, you know, debilitating stuff that, you know, made him a shut-in because he was afraid to go outside now after experiencing such pain. Well, that got called into question in a big way. I'll just give you a little montage of all of the pictures that Terry took over the last few years since the incident of him traveling the world and doing pretty intense things like fucking parasailing. So they start poking holes in that claim of, you were so injured that it turned you into a shut-in, yet literally, you know, not even a full year later, you're already back skiing, you're parasailing, you're riding mopeds, you're going fucking hog wild.
After the collision... up in the ski resorts, or what is this?
Yeah, about a year later. I think I was just walking up in the hills above my house.
Okay, page 63. Is this you skiing after the collision? Is this you on a camel?
It is.
What country?
It's Morocco, because the Kia had Morocco heritage.
Let's go to 84. Is that you in front of something cool?
Yes, one of millions of temples in Thailand.
Is that you?
It is, yes.
Poster boy for fitness at age 75. Would you agree? Driving range, right?
Yes.
80. Is this you? Are you in this river cruise, river boat?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Page 81. Did someone you were with or you go parish sailing?
This was in Switzerland.
It seems Terry has traveled more than Jackie Chan did in Around the World in 80 Days. Terry has been everywhere and done everything, fucking parasailing. You know, all of that's super cool, but you have to keep in mind, this was post, you know, Armageddon here, where he claimed that ski accident with Gwyneth Paltrow was debilitating, changed his whole life, turned him into a shut-in, left him with permanent injuries, and yet he was still super active doing, like, physically demanding things, like going skiing again not long after the collision, fucking parasailing. That's a little interesting. So they kind of grilled Terry, and I want to make it clear, it's not like Gwyneth Paltrow did an amazing job either. It's not like her team was like fucking crack shot ace detectives, and it's not like she looked like some kind of genius saint up there or anything. But surprisingly, she looked sane in comparison to the rest of the circus around her, which is crazy because she fucking founded Goop, which is literally one of the stupidest goddamn things on the planet. I will still never get over her, this smells like my vagina candle scam. Very fraudulent, bad business practice there, because that smelt nothing like pussy. And certainly not hers. Absolutely not. But again, she wasn't amazing, but compared to the rest, she did enough. I'll go ahead and show you the verdict now.
Paltrow at fault? No. Was Gwyneth Paltrow's fault a cause of Terry Sanderson's harm? Oh, skip that.
There's just no response there.
Okay. Was Terry Sanderson at fault? Yes. Was Terry Sanderson's fault a cause Gwyneth Paltrow's Did Terry Sanderson's fault cause Gwyneth Paltrow's harm? Yes. Comparative fault. What % of the fault do you assign to Terry Sanderson? 100%. Damages. What amount fairly compensates Gwyneth Paltrow for economic damages? $1. Signed March 30th, 2023.
I love how if you listen closely, you can hear a subtle whisper when she says awarded like $1 in damages. Someone goes, nice. Which is fucking cute, I guess. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow won the case. Shocker. If you watch this unfold, I think you knew this was coming. This was one hell of a trial. Like, wowee. What a ball game. Now, don't be upset, Terry Sanderson fans. After the trial concluded, he was interviewed outside, and he was in very high spirits. He was even asked about a reality TV show, if he'd be open to something like that. Which, of course, you know, being the humble, not narcissistic gentleman that he is, he said, "Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'll do a reality TV show. No way. Get out of town." But I'm not too sure. We might see more of Terry Sanderson in the limelight after this whole debacle here. But anyway, I just wanted to give a little update to all of this because this was so silly. This was so fucking silly. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. Right now, Gwyneth Paltrow is locked in a legal battle that I think has to be the most unhinged court case I have ever had the privilege of watching live. It's such a blessing. It really feels like this is a parody of the legal system, like it's some kind of old college humor skit about how court works, because I just can't believe this is real. Like, watching this Gwyneth Paltrow court case is like experiencing an episode of Psychosis without ever doing any kind of drugs or anything. It's baffling. Before even getting into the actual specifics of it, I just want to, lay the groundwork real quick. She's getting sued by someone named Terry over a ski incident that happened in 2016 where Terry's claiming she ran into him and caused a brain injury as well as other injuries and is seeking damages from that. And Gwyneth Paltrow is saying, no, she's wiggling her finger and saying, that's not what happened, Terry hit me. So now she's countersuing for $1. She's looking for $1 in damages as a result of all of this. So already the case itself is delivering on the goofiness, but what elevates this and brings it to a higher level and turns that dial from goofy, blowing all the way past wacky, and even teetering on silly, is the fact that the two lawyers that are representing them feel like they've never practiced law in their entire life. I wouldn't be surprised to learn this is their first case, or that this is all just one big publicity stunt and these are two actors pretending to be lawyers.
This is about 11. She hears, suddenly she sees, and a man comes up right behind her. It's like they begin falling to the right, and he hits down side and his head, and so she's pulling. Now he's like, I know the whole thing. Younger woman, not younger, it's young. Does that say sad? I can't read it.
Now, I know it's not exactly fair to do a little supercut here of his explanation of the situation, but if you just watch the whole thing, it's not much clearer. It really feels like he's trying to recall a nightmare he had after taking NyQuil. Like, he's just trying to recall this dream, and he's not getting it across clearly. Like, even my cat was confused. Like, she came in here and jumped up while I was watching this live, and must have overheard some of his explanation, and then immediately just got the fuck away and went over there, and it's been hanging out ever since. The thing is, like, he's presenting like he's nervous. He's actually delivering his side of the situation like I would deliver a class project back in college, where I'm presenting to the class and I've got the butterflies in my tummy, so I'm fumbling all my words, I can't get any of my thoughts out clearly. Like, it just does seem that he has a problem with public speaking, which I've never really seen from a lawyer before. And it's not like his opposing lawyer, his opponent here in this legal combat, is any better. In fact, she seems like she's just more of a fangirl of Gwyneth Paltrow, and all of her questions are just kind of conversation starters for small talk between them. And keep in mind, this lawyer is representing Terry, so she's supposed to be grilling Gwyneth Paltrow and trying to, like, prove that Terry's the one that's telling the truth and he deserves to win the case. But when I listen to her statements, it really just feels like she's, like, internally freaking out because she's getting to meet and talk with Gwyneth Paltrow. It's so weird.
Good friends with Taylor Swift? No.
Overruled?
You're not good friends with Taylor Swift.
I would not say we're good friends. We are friendly. I've taken my kids to one of her concerts before, but we don't talk very often.
You've never given Miss Swift personal, intimate gifts for Christmas.
Your Honor, relevance, or I
Sustained
would
as
like
to
a
relevance?
bench trial.
Well, she's just said that she wasn't friends with her, so I'm inquiring on that.
I was half expecting this lawyer to then turn around and say, if you give me some free Taylor Swift tickets, I'll go ahead and drop this whole case right now and throw Terry to the fucking wolves here. Like, these interactions don't lead to anything. I tried to get the context on what the fuck the thought process here even was with bringing up Taylor Swift out of the blue. And it's apparently because Taylor Swift also did some kind of lawsuit for like $1 in damages as a countersuit back in like 2017 or some shit. But it's still completely irrelevant to the whole case here. It doesn't really serve a purpose to try and establish a connection between Gwyneth Paltrow and Taylor Swift, because that has nothing to do with getting to the bottom of this ski incident and who's at fault and who should be awarded the damages. Now, while we don't know who's fully at fault for the ski incident right now, I do know that you're at fault for bad fashion choices if you decide to miss out on the new Moist Global Swamp Core line. It's our new swamp wear, very Duck Dynasty-esque, beautiful garbs. Every time the lawyers ask questions, it just reminds me of that scene from Godzilla 2014 where he says, "Let them fight," referring to the kaijus. But instead of it being giant monsters here, it's giant fucking weirdos. Everyone involved in this case is weird. You all know I'm not a big fan of Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop in particular. I think Goop is downright dangerous at times and at best extremely stupid. In fact, I'm surprised she hasn't gone to trial for her scam of a candle, "This Smells Like My Vagina." I made a whole review on that candle, and I promise you, no vagina has ever smelled like that candle. It was fraudulent. It was misleading advertisement. It was completely false. It did not smell like her vagina, and I'm very confident. In fact, I might even go for a lawsuit to see if they can put Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy on the stand so we can all smell it and compare it to her candle, but that's a can of worms for a different day. Point is, I'm not a Gwyneth Paltrow fan, and Terry went on the stand today, and after hearing him, I'm certainly not a Terry fan. I don't know who's at fault here. Gwyneth Paltrow moves around and acts like an evil rich supervillain, so I definitely do think there's a chance that she is the one that just blasted Terry because she's not good at skiing and then had no empathy and left him there. That's super possible, but I also think it's equally possible that Terry is a shitty skier and a pathological liar who has been chasing this potential bag for 7 years, because originally he was seeking $3.1 million in damages, but it got thrown out due to them ruling it wasn't a hit and run. So he came back and is doing it again, but this time for a lower amount of $300,000 in damages. So it really feels like both people are fucking weird. But before showing you Terry, I want to show you one more best of moment from Gwyneth Paltrow's lawyer, who tries to see if they can bring in treats for the bailiffs.
This private security for my client wanted to bring in treats for the bailiffs for how helpful they've been. So I wanted to do that transparently and see if there are any objections.
We object. Okay. There's an objection.
Okay, so I will let them know.
Let them know thank you, but no thank you.
I mean, he should have asked us first, frankly.
It hasn't been done.
I know, he should have asked us first. We could talk about it, but he just sprung it on us now. So we object.
What'd you find out about the jury?
This guy actually feels like a camp counselor and they're on a school field trip or something. Like, holy shit. So the treats were shot down. They put the kibosh on that. But they were open to negotiate. In fact, they get into a little bit of a tiff, a slight argument about, well, if you had only, asked us before and discussed it, I mean, maybe we could have all had treats together, maybe even a little pizza party. I mean, you didn't really give us notice. You sprung it up out of nowhere. You ambushed us with it. So, nope, not anymore. Now none of us get to enjoy any of these baked goods.
You were asked about the press conference and referring to Miss Paltrow as King Kong. Were you referring to her as King Kong or the noise that you heard?
That's leading, Your Honor.
What did King Kong refer to?
I got to watch this whole segment unfold live, and my god, what a treat. So right now the line of questioning is about King Kong, and explaining why he said King Kong. And this is Terry's response.
My apologies to Ms. Paltrow, because my intention got twisted up in my intentions, and was to say it sounded like a lady getting chased by King Kong out of the jungle. It was that kind of I'm really scared.
He clarifies that the sound he was hearing reminded him of a woman being chased by King Kong out of the jungle. So that cleared all of that up, luckily. Another question that I feel gets pretty much fucking nowhere.
There was some testimony from Miss Paltrow again that she was hit in the back by a very large man, or that there was a very large man. Could you just step down for just a moment? Terry, do you... No, right here. Right here. Do you consider yourself a very large man?
Many times I wish I was, but no. Definitely on the small side of most people.
Finally, real evidence to poke holes in Gwyneth Paltrow's story. She said, apparently, that she was hit from behind by a large man. So, in order to prove that this is a false claim, she brings Terry out to just embarrass him, like, he is not a large man, this is a small man. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is a manlet. It just puts him on blast like that. Terry, my brother, I am also on the small side. I'm 5'6". If someone called me out to prove a point that there's no way this whole case is real because Charlie is too fucking short to fit this definition, he's too much of a goddamn hobbit for this to be true, I would have just said, it's not worth it, please. The shame is too much for me to bear. Just let that claim be accurate. Let the large man claim stick. That's fine. We can fight on every other point. Please let the large man stay in the record as truthful. Don't fucking have the jury point and laugh at me because I'm short. Like, good lord, this was... I mean, I understand what the thought process was here, like, trying to prove that, you know, she can't be a reliable source of information since she says it was a large man that hit her and Terry's not that big, but I mean, holy shit, it's still a wild thing to watch unfold like this.
You've been here for a number of days, you've heard all the doctors testify, your entire life has now been broadcast to the world.
I feel like I've been fleshed out, and anyone up here I think would feel the same way. Very painful.
In fact, I think you just told me back there, well, I could never go on another dating site again.
Objection! Terry can go on any dating site he wants. Sustained. Again, this is just simply a line of questioning maybe I'm too dumb to understand. What does this have to do with anything? It's a public trial, so of course, on both sides, a ton of information is going to come to light to the public. So, I'm unsure of where this was supposed to lead. Maybe it was supposed to make people feel, like, bad for Terry, like, on the stand, like, oh man, you know, this guy, he's had his whole life laid out in front of everyone now. You know, I guess? I'm not really sure, but it just doesn't really seem super pertinent to the actual issue here.
Yeah, I'm classifying it as an insult, but it's absolutely ignoring me, ignorance. And that's what it felt like. It's like, what is going on here? This is obviously an issue that someone needs to be accountable for. And if they're never accountable, what are they going to do? They're going to do it again. Now we have the molesting of young children on an island.
Your Honor,
denial.
This is ridiculous testimony. He's talking about...
Sustained as to relevance, the last part, the jury should disregard.
Now you can see things going a little off the rails here. So the question that brought this section up was, is the lawsuit important to you? Which again is one of those fucking galaxy brain questions, those chess master moves I can't quite process, because fucking obviously the lawsuit's important. He's been pursuing it for years now. I mean, Jesus Christ, clearly it's important. And it led to this situation where he's saying if he doesn't do something, it's just going to happen again, and then it leads to the molesting of children on an island. So that's a lot to take in right there. That's a lot to digest. I think he's talking about the Epstein Island and the Epstein book. I don't know if Gwyneth Paltrow's name was in Epstein's flight logs on his lists, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if it was. Half of Hollywood was taking trips to Epstein's Island Bunch of goddamn evil freaks. But I don't understand exactly how we got to that point in this case here. And I also like the statement preceding it that if he didn't sue Gwyneth Paltrow for this, she'd do it again. As if like she's just this absolutely rambunctious villain on the slopes out there that is constantly running into people out there like a fucking pinball. Just actually bulldozing everyone she can, and it's up to Terry to stop her. Put an end to her reign of tyranny on those slopes because she just keeps hitting people. It's as you can see, this whole case, this whole trial is wild.
You've said you've shrunk and lost weight since the incident, right?
Well, I gained, I ballooned.
Now, when we stand you up, you've lost like 15 pounds and shrunk 3 inches, right?
I had
yes or no?
I had no idea. I guess yes. I was
just a few days ago. You said I was 175 to 80 and 5'8". Remember?
I said that not here. Oh, you know what?
In this very trial.
Overruled. I know why I said that. It's because the VA records weighs you with all your clothes and everything on, and I knew that's what you were reading was what
clothes
the VA
don't
reported.
give you 3 inches. You with me?
Heels do.
Did you have heels on?
No, not at all.
All right.
Now the tables have turned again. Phoenix Wright is back, and he's grilling him on a potential lie here, stating that he had said that he was heavier and taller than he actually is, and says that you stated that you were 5'8", but as we've seen today, you're closer to 5'5". How did you lose 3 inches so quickly? That doesn't make any sense. It's not like you set the height setting from Wumbo to Mini, so what the fuck is going on here? This seems like a lie. And that's kind of the line of question he's going down. The whole thing is just such a weird trial. Like, I feel like half the time they're not even focused on the actual skiing incident. It just goes in all of these completely different directions that you'll never see coming. These plot twists in this trial are wild. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I got to watch a good chunk of it today. And it's something special. So yeah, I just wanted to go over it a little bit. That's about it. See ya.